I want to tell you about a man who became wealthy. Not by working harder, not by waking up earlier, not by optimizing his morning routine. He became wealthy by understanding one equation that 99% of people will spend their entire lives never learning. The equation is not complicated. In fact, it is so simple that when most people hear it for the first time, they dismiss it. And that dismissal, that moment of, "Yes, but that doesn't apply to me," is the exact moment the trap closes. The man's name is Naval Ravikant. He built a fortune, not with employees, not with a factory, not with a degree from the right university. He built it by understanding the physics of wealth. And physics, unlike motivation, does not care about your feelings. It does not care how hard you work. It does not care how much you deserve it. Physics only cares about the structure of your effort. Today, we are going to decode that structure. This is not a video about habits. This is not a video about mindset. This is a video about the one variable that separates those who build wealth from those who build someone else's wealth. It is called leverage. And once you understand it, truly understand it, at the level of a law of nature, you will never work the same way again. Let me start by destroying the most expensive belief you were ever given. You received it before you were old enough to question it. It came from your parents, from your teachers, from every institution that shaped you. The belief is this: work hard and you will be rewarded. It feels true. It has the moral authority of centuries, and it is financially ruinous for the vast majority of people who follow it. Not because hard work has no value, but because hard work without leverage is a treadmill. You move your legs faster, you sweat more, you exhaust yourself, and at the end of the day, you are standing in exactly the same place. Naval Ravikant put it with a directness that most financial advisors will never dare to use. You're not going to get rich renting out your time, no matter what. No matter what. Not it's difficult, not it's unlikely, no matter what. This is not a statement about effort. This is a statement about physics. When you sell your time, whether as a lawyer, a surgeon, a consultant, an engineer, you are entering a transaction with a fundamental, unbreakable ceiling. That ceiling has a name. You can only be in one place at one time. The doctor charging $500 an hour cannot simultaneously charge that rate in 20 cities. The consultant who delivers results cannot clone themselves across 100 clients. Your income is linearly connected to your hours. And here is the brutal mathematical truth about linear income. Linear income cannot compound. You can optimize it, you can grow it, you can maximize it, but you cannot compound it, because compounding requires the output to exist independently of the input. The moment you stop working, the income stops. That is not wealth. That is a salary. And a salary, no matter how large, is a golden cage. Now here is the part that should unsettle you most. The hardest workers in most organizations, the ones who stay the latest, sacrifice the most, answer emails at midnight, are often not the ones who build wealth. They are the ones who build someone else's wealth. They are providing the labor. Someone else is providing the leverage. And the spread between those two positions is not a matter of effort. It is a matter of understanding the code. I need to tell you something that the system will never tell you about itself. The economic structure you were born into was not designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you productive. And productive is not the same as wealthy. A productive person shows up, works 40 hours a week, earns a salary, pays their taxes, buys a home, saves into a retirement account. A wealthy person builds assets that generate income without their presence. The system needs the first type. It has no structural interest in creating the second. Here is how the trap is engineered. 3 steps, executed with extraordinary precision. Step 1. They make you dependent on credentials. From the age of 5, you are enrolled in a system that teaches you to trade effort for grades, and grades for opportunity. The implicit promise: perform well enough, get the right certificate, and the system will reward you. But here is what Naval understood that the system never teaches. If they can train you to do it, then eventually they will train a computer to do it. Read that carefully. Every skill that can be systematized is eventually replaceable. The accountant, the paralegal, the analyst, the radiologist. Credentials do not give you leverage. They qualify you to enter the labor market on the system's terms, not yours. Step 2. They give you a salary and call it security. A salary feels like progress. It feels like reward. But a salary is a lease agreement. You lease your most non-renewable resource, time, to an organization that uses it to generate returns many multiples larger than what they pay you. If they pay you $100,000 per year, they are almost certainly extracting $300,000 or more in value. The spread between what you produce and what you receive, that spread is someone else's leverage working on your effort. Step 3. They give you lifestyle inflation and call it success. As your salary grows, your expenses grow to match it. Nicer apartment, better car, private school, more subscriptions. And every time your expenses rise to meet your income, you have reset your financial freedom to 0. You are now structurally dependent on your continued labor. Stop working, everything collapses. Naval calls this the dependency trap. And it is not a trap that lazy people fall into. It is a trap that hardworking, ambitious, responsible people fall into, because they followed the rules exactly as the system designed them. Here is the mathematics of the trap over a lifetime. A person working 40 hours a week for 40 years trades approximately 83,200 hours of irreplaceable life for a salary. At the end of those 83,200 hours, the average worker retires with less than $100,000 saved. That is $1.20 per hour of your life, for the most finite resource in the universe. This is not inevitable, but escaping it requires understanding what wealth actually is, at the level of physics, not motivation. Naval described the path out of the trap in one sentence. Apply specific knowledge with leverage, and eventually, you will get what you deserve. Eventually, not immediately. That word, eventually, is where most people lose patience. And losing patience is exactly what the trap requires. Let me give you an image that makes this physics concrete. Imagine a snowball at the top of a long hill. It is small, unremarkable. It does not look like wealth. But the hill is long. The slope is steep. When you push the snowball, just once, and allow gravity to take over, something remarkable begins. As it rolls, it collects more snow. With each rotation, its surface area increases. With each meter of distance, it gathers more mass. And as mass increases, velocity increases. And as velocity increases, the rate of snow collection accelerates. By the time it reaches the bottom of the hill, what started as a handful of snow has become something that cannot be stopped by a single person. Not because someone kept pushing, because the physics of compounding took over. This is precisely how leverage operates. The snowball is your specific knowledge, the thing you uniquely understand, built through genuine obsession over years, that cannot be easily replicated or automated. The hill is not time you spend working. It is time you allow the leverage to run, while you read, while you sleep, while you sit alone in a quiet room thinking. And this is something most people never understand about how wealth is actually built. The most productive hours in Naval's life were not spent in meetings. They were spent alone, silent, reading. 1 hour of genuine deep reading, connecting ideas that no one else has connected yet, produces more compounding value than 10 hours of activity without that foundation. Stillness is not laziness. Stillness is where specific knowledge is assembled. The gravity is leverage itself, the force that multiplies your effort without requiring more of you. Naval's observation is precise. Every great software developer now has an army of robots working for them at nighttime while they sleep, after they've written the code and it's cranking away. An army of robots, working, while you sleep. This is not a metaphor for the future. This is a description of the present, available to anyone who understands the mechanics of the snowball. The only question is, what is your snowball? Naval Ravikant's philosophy is not a collection of habits. It is an operating system. 3 iron rules, applied consistently. Producing wealth the way gravity produces falling. Iron rule number 1, the specific knowledge rule. Arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. Specific knowledge is not expertise. Expertise can be taught, and if it can be taught, it can be automated. Naval's test is unambiguous. If they can train you to do it, then eventually they will train a computer to do it. Specific knowledge lives at the intersection of 3 forces. 1. What you are constitutionally wired to understand at depth. 2. What the world genuinely needs but does not yet know how to get at scale. 3. What cannot be systematized because it lives inside your specific combination of experience, intuition, and obsession. The signal that you have found your specific knowledge is unmistakable. It feels like play to you. It looks like work to everyone else. Warren Buffett reading 500 pages a day since he was 12, not because someone told him to, but because he was constitutionally incapable of stopping. Naval building mental models at the intersection of technology, philosophy, and investing, because his brain was wired to find those connections. You have something like this, something you would pursue obsessively even if no one paid you, something where you lose track of time, something where others cannot follow you into the depth you've already reached. That is your snowball, and it is the only foundation on which leverage can be built. The iron rule. Stop investing your prime hours in skills that can be trained for. Start investing, obsessively and without apology, in the thing that already feels like play. The world will eventually need what you're building. Apply specific knowledge with leverage, and eventually, you will get what you deserve. Iron rule number 2, the permissionless leverage rule. Naval identified 4 types of leverage. 2 of them require permission. Labor, people working for you, requires someone to agree to follow you. Capital, money working for money, requires someone to give you the money first. These are old leverage, powerful, but gate-kept. The 2 that changed everything, the 2 that have created more new wealth in the last 30 years than in the previous 300, require no permission at all. Code. Software that runs while you sleep, serving users you have never met, in cities you have never visited, solving problems you identified once and then systematized. Media. A book read by 1 million people, a video watched 10 million times, a newsletter opened by 50,000 professionals every week, each requiring exactly the same effort to produce as the first copy, which was whatever it took that one time. Naval's formulation. The most interesting and important form of leverage is products with no marginal cost of replication. No marginal cost of replication. Your 10th customer costs you exactly as much to serve as your first. 0. Your 1,000,000th reader requires exactly as much writing effort as your first. 0 additional. This is the physics of modern wealth, and the radical equality of it is something that industrial-age thinking cannot process. You do not need a factory. You do not need investors. You do not need a boss to approve you. You need a laptop, genuine specific knowledge, and the willingness to publish. And here is what this leverage actually buys you, beyond the money. It buys you the power to say no. Naval said, "The goal isn't to retire. The goal is to be free enough to do only the things you want to do." Money, in Naval's philosophy, is not for luxury. It is not for status. It is not for the car or the watch. Money is compressed freedom. It is the right to refuse the meeting you don't want to attend, to decline the client who drains you, to walk away from any situation that asks you to compromise your integrity for a paycheck. Every piece of permissionless leverage you build is another degree of that freedom. The iron rule. Find the intersection of your specific knowledge and a format that has zero marginal cost of replication. Build it without asking anyone's permission. Let it work while you sleep. And use what it earns to buy back your most valuable possession, your time. Before I give you the challenge, I need to take you somewhere. Close your eyes if you can. You are 85 years old. You are sitting in a room, quiet, unhurried, with nowhere to be. The urgency that defined most of your life has dissolved, and you are reviewing the decisions. Not whether they succeeded or failed financially. You are reviewing how you chose to spend your hours. Did you spend the majority of your working years renting your time, selling it in increments to institutions that needed your presence, your availability, your compliance? Or did you spend those years building a snowball, building something that rolls without you, that serves people you never met, that earns while you sleep, that gives you the power to say no to everything that doesn't deserve a yes? Did you sit alone in quiet rooms and read, building the specific knowledge that no system could replicate and no AI could replace? Or did you fill every hour with noise, meetings, notifications, obligations, and call it productivity? Naval Ravikant's test for every major life decision is this. Project yourself to 80. Look back. Ask, will I regret not having tried? Not, will I regret if it fails? Will I regret not having tried? At 85, you will not remember the years you spent safely. You will remember the leverage you didn't build, the snowball you started, then stopped, the specific knowledge you abandoned because someone told you it wasn't practical, the freedom you traded for a salary that felt secure and called it responsibility. The leverage code is not a secret. It is physics, available to anyone willing to understand it and patient enough to let it work. You are watching this, which means you still have time. Here is your challenge. In the comments below, right now, write one sentence. Not a goal, not a wish, a public commitment. Use this format. I am done renting my time for. I am building leverage through, starting today. One sentence, visible, committed. Because the decision to build leverage is not made once. It is made every morning, in competition with the easier path, the path the system prepared for you, the path that asks nothing of you except your time. The public commitment creates the friction that makes it harder to go back. Write it down. Let it be seen. Because the operator does not wait for permission. The operator understands the physics, and the operator plays a game the system was never designed to win. Subscribe, because every week we go deeper. Not inspiration, not motivation, operating systems. I'll see you in the next one.